Welcome to Most Life, and this week it's S for speaking. You know, speaking is so important to having a most life because we must speak and communicate with others all the time. And I know in this high-tech world we're on our phones and email and texting and Snapchatting and all that other stuff, but it's really speaking with people and connecting with them that matters so much in how we move toward a most life. The right words, the right tone, the right posture. Let me tell you a story that was impactful to me. Now, I've been studying neuro-linguistic programming for a lot of years because I'm fascinated by what connects people with each other and the way our brain works compared to the way another brain works and the words we use and how we can connect to that person. So I'm in a big organization at the time, and I was borrowing a department director for a project I was overseeing. And it was a big project. It was costing the company a lot of money. There was a return on investment that we all expected, but I had to borrow a director from the IT department in this company. And let's just say that I was borrowing that director a little bit more than what his boss thought that he should be borrowed for. So here comes a conversation with my boss and his boss. And now I'm brought into the meeting because I need to be talked to about his time and taking over and that sort of thing. So I'm a little bit stressed out over this meeting. And I'm thinking, oh boy, here we go. I'm going to get yelled at. I'm going to get criticized. All this stress and anxiety is coming on me. And I said to myself, all right, hang on. I'm going to use the neuro-linguistic programming skills that I know I have, that I teach other people all the time. And I'm going to use those in this meeting to make sure the meeting is effective and positive. So this is an IT guy, and let's just say for the most part, people who go into information technology are very brain-oriented and they think deliberately. And I'm more creative and, energetic, so not always the perfect match. So I had to alter my style. So I go into this meeting and I see how this guy is actually sitting at the table. Number one thing you do in neuro-linguistic programming is you match their posture. So I sit exactly how he's sitting. Now people might say, Maureen, aren't they going to notice that? Well, truthfully, no one notices. So I sat exactly how he sat. And he started talking in a very methodical, kind of slowish tone. And I was also listening to the words that he was using. Was he using the words of feel or think or believe or see? These are key words that people use to tip you off that that's how they perceive the world. So if someone's using the word see, that means that they're very visual. If they use the word hear, that means that they're very auditory. If they use think, that means they're very intellectual and they like to process things. Sometimes they'll use the word I feel, and that means they're very emotional, and that's where you want to match up with them. So I can't recall exactly the words, but I'm sure he was using think. So with his posture, with his tone, and with using the word think, I was able to connect with him in a way that he was probably somewhat surprised in that meeting. But I don't think he had any idea that I was matching his posture, his tone, and his choice of key words. If I would have said, hey, I feel this way and that way, we would have had a disconnect. It would have been a subconscious level, but it would have been a disconnect. So in order to deliver a message and to connect with him, I altered my speaking patterns. So for this week, I want you to focus on what are the words that your audience is using. In this case, it was one individual guy. What posture do they assume? And what tone and speed do they have in their voice? These are the three big questions, because when you need to deliver a message, or when someone's delivering a message to you so that you can receive it and connect well, those are the three questions you need to know, and you need to actually alter who you are for that moment. I'm not saying change your personality, alter your approach. Again, the posture, the words, and the tone. And if you pay attention to your audience and you listen and you look, you can connect with almost anyone. I'd almost guarantee it. And if you're interested in learning more, find out about neuro-linguistic programming. It is a fascinating way to connect with almost anyone. And when we're talking about the S word, when we're talking about speaking, listening and paying attention is oh so much important as we then speak back. So take a look at those 3 questions, take some action, practice on a small-ish meeting or something that you can actually practice with the posture, with the word choice, and with the tone. There's more on the idea sheet this week, but go for it and just try to match up with your audience and see where it gets you. It's going to go a long way to your most life. Remember, design it first, then dream it, then live it. More next week. Talk to you then.